everybody. It's Dan Weinberger here, Morpheus.Network CEO. Excited to be here with Roger Crook. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm very good. Thank you very much. Nice to see you again, Danny, and nice to be on the video.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. It's more early morning for you, and it's kind of close to nighttime for me. So we're kind of different modes of the day, but we get to meet up at these times, and I relish every moment I get. So
that's fantastic. That's good to be here.
Thank you. So basically what we were talking about and what I wanted to show you guys and to show Roger as well is a really cool demonstration using various different triggers down the supply chain, as well as a cryptocurrency payment within an automated workflow as well. So I will get it started because it is a little more of I'm not going to say complicated, but it has more to it within the workflow. So it's a little bit of more extensive demonstration. So
yeah, I can see your screen.
All right. So this is us. We've seen this before. Log into the platform, the obvious dashboard, initial screen you see here of total workflows and workflow progress. We'll go right into creating a new workflow over here, giving it a reference name as well, which is going to be a TRX to LTC payment. Give you a little hint of what we're going to do over here. So we're going to use some templated information that we have built into the system. Any company can put in this information, save it, so when they have a new workflow, they don't have to type in the information over again. So whatever your products are, whatever you're shipping is templated in, and you can see us pushing right through. We've seen this before as well, setting up our active modules with our available modules. You'll see here we're dragging in the DHL tracking module, going to paste in our DHL tracking number as well. And now you can see we save that, and the module itself is configured. We're going to see that kind of how that works through as a trigger through this supply chain. Now, once that DHL tracking module is set off, it's going to trigger the next module, Roger, which is this email notification trigger. So this basically sends off a notification. We can have it say what we want it to say. In this case, we're going to say that the package status itself, that it has been delivered. So we'll kind of paste that in there. Make sure that whoever's receiving this knows that that has been delivered. We have that built in as well. Next, we're going to set up some documentation. This is for a cross-border shipment. It's actually going to create the bill of lading as well as a pro forma invoice. This is through our customs broker partner, Customs Direct, shipping these documents directly off to them, sharing them on the blockchain as well, and having this as a part of the digital footprint. So these documents are now attached to this shipment for the life cycle of it. You can always go back to this digital footprint and pick up these documents, these cross-border documents that we're setting up over here. Everything seems to be set up. A lot of that information is actually universal from the original contract setup as well. We're going to save that, and you're going to see it's going to be set up and configured as well. All right, so the next module we're going to slip in there. Let's put in, let's see here, a lot of different options. We'll store a certificate that goes with that shipment as well. So whether this is a pharmaceutical, whether it's a machine, you have an engineer certificate. You can have a document similar to the the shipping documents. You can have a certificate that we're going to attach as well and store on the chain along with this digital workflow. So we have that distributed ledger storage module all configured as well. And next, we're going to drag in a crypto-to-crypto payment. Kind of hinted it based on the reference itself. But we're going to actually do a conversion payment here. Really interesting, just because you're setting off one currency and receiving it in a different currency on the other end based on that supply chain itself. So for this one, we're going to use TRON as the initial currency, and we're going to receive it as Litecoin, LTC on the other side. We actually did a really cool demonstration with the LTC, a different conversion payment as well. So really great working with them. So as you see, this TRON payment is automatically converted through the system. You don't have to figure out your calculations. You don't have to figure out your fee system. That's all back end as well with that MRPH token. It actually generates the destination address where you have to send that TRON in order for the Litecoin to be received by the proper party, that pay-in address right over there. So we're going to take that address over there. This has all been configured as well. Could send it off as a QR, which is provided for you. Make sure it's configured. Yep, looks good. And then once that's set off, that's going to set off the shipment itself, right? The documents are generated. We have our first payment. So we're going to supply a QR code, which the shipper is going to put this with the package itself. So when this is actually received, this is a transport truck that's sending this off as opposed to a DHL shipment. And when this is received on the other end, they're going to scan that QR, And then that's going to send off the final payment, which is going to be also a conversion payment from TRX or TRON over to LTC as well.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so like you see,
setting this up is incredible. Yeah.
We try to make it as intuitive and easy as possible to leverage. You can see right through this workflow, we're leveraging IPFS, Ethereum, Tron, Litecoin, and for someone who's just setting it up, working out their own business, their own workflow, they're just automating their business. They're just taking advantage of these technologies. They're not worrying about all the back end systems and the complications with all these cryptocurrency systems itself. So we try to make it as easy as possible. Again, with those pay-in addresses that we provide. And at the end, just to clean it up, we'll provide another email notification. And once again, that's just going to let them know that everything's been completed. And what's easy about the system as well, Roger, you can save these templates, right? So once you set up a single workflow like this, you don't have to.
Right. You've only got to do it once, basically.
Exactly right. And when you have another sale, or you can even have it triggered by a PO. So when that company has a new order that comes in, this entire workflow is triggered and set off. So it's sort of always active in a sense, working in the background. So we're going to let them know that the final payment is paid in full. And that would be the finale of this, to finish off this automated workflow.
Absolutely. Amazing.
Configured all the modules. So now we can start it up and take a look. It goes to our general workflow screen here. You can see here, there's that reference itself.
Yeah, in progress, yeah.
Now we can watch the progress of it itself. So we have this tracking number here from DHL. It's going to come up on our platform here as delivered there, as you can see. And I'll actually pull that up for you as well. If you see here, this is off the DHL website. You can see the delivery was delivered, signed. So this is actually connected through the DHL API to our platform as well. And then we can continue on through this workflow. We have that notification hashed as well as obviously the delivery of the DHL tracking. So there's that email that was sent, that email of the delivery of that DHL package. We can check over here the package status. As you can see, a nice clean message that can get sent off to anyone down your supply chain, anyone in your company, actually, to be honest, or anyone in other companies as well that you're working with.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then that email itself triggers the actual generation of the shipping documents, the bill of lading, perform an invoice. And again, that gets sent off. We can take a look at that right in the email as well, connect to that specific reference. We'll take a look at the bill of lading. Nice, clean information stored on IPFS. We are very confident with this documentation since we've shipped off so many packages before and so many, pallets and full truckloads with Customs Direct. So we know this is clean documents that it's creating and storing it on the blockchain and hashing that all together. We'll take a look at the digital footprint later on, where you can actually pull up these documents as a sort of a history or a provenance of the shipment itself. So,
right.
So this is the bill of lading as well as the performa that's created. We'll go back to our progress over here, workflow progress. We have that hashed over there, the actual documentation, as well as now that certificate that was sent off, that was stored as well. So we can take a look. Once again, that document, that certificate, it's been uploaded successfully. Take a look at it over here in IPFS. And again, we have a simple certificate stored in IPFS as well. And you'll be able to see that in the digital later on.
Yeah. And then you get to crypto payment. Yeah.
Yep. So now you have the payment. You already have that pay-in address. So this is actually connected through the blockchain as well. You can go into your wallet of choice. Over here, I'm using the Atomic wallet. And you can go to your TRON payment. You put in that pay-in address that the platform provided to you. And then right away, as the amount that you put in there, that conversion that the platform gave you as well happens on the back end.
Right.
So we'll let that happen over here. Send that crypto payment. Let me put in my secure password over here. And we get the hash of the successful transfer as well on this end. Sending right now. Payment has been completed as well. So that actually just through the the power of the blockchain and transferring that payment and making that conversion, sends that signal back to the platform. When we have that hashed, we actually take a look at the Litecoin blockchain explorer as well, put in our transaction hash and take a look at that transfer. So recall, Roger, we sent off TRX, and this is the transaction that was received on the other end is Litecoin, through the platform itself.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. So how much do you think of this you can automate totally?
This is all automated through this workflow over here, right? So, when it comes to the actual payments and be able to look all these things up, and this is just the transparency of it all. So I'm showing you on the back end how you can actually look this up afterwards. But these payments and these paying addresses, all this are automated through this workflow based on all these triggers. I'm just taking you step by step through the actual hashes. So once again, that QR code
you don't have to do as you're doing it now. It will go automatically in the future.
Exactly. What I'm showing you is sort of the actual setup of the workflow itself. If I can pull up, let's say, a workflow that's already been arranged and just hit start workflow, and that process just goes off, and a QR code would be sent off, and the receiver of that QR code would have to scan it, and whether that receiver is in China, whether they're in Mexico or Russia, wherever it is in the world, they can set off the rest of that workflow. And
so whether a customer receives 100 packages or 100,000 packages, it will just be completely automated.
Exactly. Obviously there'd be some customization and setup for different shipments and which trucking company you're using, whether it's a full truckload overseas, an ocean shipment. There's tons of variety, but yes, you can set up as many workflows as you want. And the whole system, you just watch from your dashboard. That's why I love that dashboard view. It isn't just one workflow. It's all your workflows on that dashboard. And that stuff just happens all in the background while your business is running. You sort of using your analytics to make sure it's running in an optimized way as well. So just to get through this workflow.
Superb.
This is just showing, again, the QR code that was generated by the platform being received. And you can actually include messages with this as well. So when you're scanning that QR, you can include information such as a badge ID, even a PIN number if your company sets up something internal to make sure that the person who's actually scanning it is the right person itself. Even if they steal a cell phone, there could be some other ways you can put in there to make sure that you have that security level as well with those scans. So once again, since we did scan this, the verification comes through, and we hash that as well in the blockchain. And then once again, now that that's been scanned, the receiver knows that shipment has been completed. They're happy. And now this is sending the payment across. Payment is nicely completed as well. We get that hash individually like you see there too. And we can go back to the blockchain explorer and really make sure, we have now platform, but the blockchain doesn't lie. You go on the blockchain, you pull that up, proof positive that those funds have been transferred, and as a sender, that's a great benefit as well, because you just know that the receiver has the funds. They can't claim, oh, I never received those funds, or whatever happened.
Exactly. Yeah, it's amazing. You've got complete receipt, right?
You see it on both ends, exactly. Full transparency, and then we have that final email notification sent off. That was just the finale to this workflow itself, showing that the final payment was completed in full. So that is the entire workflow completed. You can see all those different notifications, all those different triggers. We kind of built it up pretty nicely. And then you can take a look at the digital footprint and actually see the history here, the DHL tracking module, which actually leveraged the delivery of a DHL package to set off this entire workflow, including multiple payments, including notifications, different triggers with QR code scans. We can take a look at the documents down this digital footprint as well. The bill of lading. We have that performa invoice is saved in there as well. Linked right to IPFS. And this is just completed, so it's fresh in our minds. But you can look back at this in 25 years from now, and this is a document to be just as crisp and just as fresh, stored in the exact same place, of course. So we have this, the certificate as well. You can go back to easy to Yeah, it's the ease of use. I find so amazing compared to what it used to be to pull up all these documents. It's just unreal. And then you have all the specs of
and the time to do it is minute, right, in comparison to what it is in many cases today.
Exactly. And what you're seeing here is by far more lengthy than what it would be once you set this up the first time. So this is the worst it would possibly be, and you can still see, the versatility and the flexibility and how many different, functionalities we can use within one automated workflow. We have all these different notifications, and then we're hashing these receiving points all over the map as well for you, based on those scans of the QRs, based on where those documents were uploaded as well. All those handling points, if anything is connected to this shipment itself, it is hashed on that map as well. So it's great to see that, and then you can actually pull up if it is actually a receiver's location that you have information on. It would actually be able to contact them and notify them right through that map screen as well. So really bringing the platform into ease of use and functionality, which is important as well. So, and then everything's nice and easy to see. Obviously, the last thing I wanted to bring up as well after this digital footprint here. Hold on. Is this showing how everything's batched back to the Ethereum blockchain? So at the end, you go back to the blockchain explorer. We pull up there's a
right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is on Etherscan. There's a link right through the system itself. And we take a look here, and you can see it's all cleaned up. We have all those transactions, the crypto payments, the QR code scans, all those notifications, all that's hashed with that information as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's phenomenal, right? It's such a leap forward for a big opportunity to take cost out of any companies or any customer's supply chain.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Talking to a lot of these companies out there, that when they're looking to make more money, and they, people ask them, how do we make more money this year? And people are like, make more sales. And it's, if a market is saturated, especially let's say in the auto market, it's tough just to increase sales and make that happen, right? But where you can make more money is cutting costs from what you have internally, right? And so optimizing the supply chain. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we are excited about all those, various triggers.
Oh, it's incredible. Amazing.
And you see, Roger, as we were talking about that project with Department of Homeland Security and having the border and handling points at the border set off all these different objectives as well, whether it's pulling up documents, certificates, or the licenses connected to all these different products, and building up the digital footprints, right from the border as it enters the United States. And you can imagine, a vision of any product that's ever brought into the country, where you can pull up information on it, be able to know exactly where it came from and how it was brought into the country, and make sure it was brought into the country with legitimate purposes. So,
yeah, and you can cut out fraud and scams and reduce costs and speed up transactions, or speed up shipment flow and supply chains immensely. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah,
it's an amazing product. Amazing workflow. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much. And we have a ton of other workflows that are firing off all the time. And
of course, there's so many different applications, right, to this. I mean, you can build many different workflows, and any customer company can build their workflow to suit their supply chain.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And the versatility also of the different technologies, right? So even within this workflow, we didn't bring in any IoT devices. We didn't use any machine learning centers. There's even, so much more complexity you can add to these different workflows as well. It's really unbelievable, the amount of growth and potential for optimization within supply chain. It's awesome. So, Roger, well, thank you so much. Again, I really appreciate it.
Congratulations. Yet another win. So another great opportunity. So congratulations. Excellent.
Thank you so much, and I'll let you get back to enjoying your morning.
Great job by you and the team.
Thank you so much, and we'll keep on working hard, of course, and look forward to the next time I can show you another amazing demonstration and show it off for everybody else as well. So
okay, I look forward to it.
Thank you so much, Roger.
Yeah, and have a good day. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.